Have a look at these stickers. Oh, here you go. Have a look at this. This is a good sticker for cleaning services. Stuck for 800 Thai baht. Yeah. I think they're referring to vacuum cleaner. Or are they? Yeah, I think so. So we've just come in from the entrance there and we're going to walk down Walking Street, and you can see here it's very quiet, nothing going on at the moment. This place is going to go bananas tonight. Look at this shop, Legacy Big Tool. And he's got the spanner there, right? He's got the spanner there, that's interesting. Legacy Big Tool. There are a number of restaurants here, super expensive of course because they've got a beach view or a bay view from the other side. You can actually see it through there, I hope. See that view out there, it's looking out at the sea. Back walking down the strip now. More of these seafood restaurants that really know how to clip the ticket. And then on the other side, I'll just show that. We've got a go-go there. We've got go-go's scattered left and right. And we've got signage there saying, do not take photographs. They're referring to inside the venue, right? No guns, no drugs, of course. Under 20 years old are prohibited from entry, right? So, yeah, you can't bring your members of the family that are that young down here for an eyeball. Now, down here we've got more go-go's, so each of these little streets they call soys, they've got go-go's as well, so it's not just on this main drag of Walking Street. So just going to turn down one of these lanes here and show you the extent of go-go's down here as well, right? Just to give you an idea of how big this place is. And you know, it's only one location in Pattaya. You know, Walking Street is only one location. There are lots of locations around Pattaya, Jomtien, this whole region that is absolutely going crazy with venues of this nature, right? And so it just keeps going, right? And I'll get to the end here. Be a couple around the corner as well. But you know, look at them. They dress them up quite nice, right? During the daytime, they don't look much, but when they light up at night, I can tell you, it looks like Las Vegas. It's throughout the place. Over here, Chick Go-Go Club. Here, this centre here has got an enormous amount of bars. So you got 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the back there, 7 bars, and they'll be populated with staff that are going to help you part with your money, right? And so, yeah, that's open air bar type arrangement, but it is undercover, but that's the alternative to go-go bars around here. Stars Club, lots of different nationalities, so it's Russian riding, Chinese, Korean riding, so it gives an indication of the clientele. Fahrenheit a go-go, and when you get hungry you got a Burger King, fantastic. McDonald's is down the other end for those that are looking for McDonald's. I actually like the McDonald's burgers in Thailand. I think they are incredibly like the McDonald's burgers we used to get in Australia. Now they've trimmed the McDonald's burgers back, trying to save money, and they've made them so small. The Big Mac should be called a Little Mac. Iron Club, another go-go. Monroe, Russian girls. So there is quite a few Russian girls working here as well, right? Russian-owned businesses, I guess, or they might even be Thai, I'm not sure. But they have Russian girls working here. Exchange booth. There's a clothing seller. That'll be prime real estate there, that clothing seller. And here we go. This nightclub's quite cool. Lucifer, they call it. It's a nightclub, and they open all of those doors there, and they have a live band playing there, which is usually pretty good. So I actually like sitting in the front there, just in front of the band, and listening to the music and bopping away, or doing what I call bopping away anyway. Walking Street Guest House. Rooms start at $4.95, have TV, aircon and refrigerator and Wi-Fi. There you go. If you want to stay right on the action, I wouldn't be. $4.95 for a room. Moon, a go-go. XO Club. Now don't fast forward the video to the action. Stay with me, because I could pop into one of these places and give you an indication of what it looks like inside. And there you go. So you saw all the poles that are holding up the ceiling. They have to reinforce these places with poles going from the floor to the ceiling, or what looks like a stage to the ceiling. Provides really good reinforcement. Make sure the ceiling doesn't fall down. They dress them up with chrome or gold colour as well. You can see some of that happening there. Very nicely coloured ceiling supports. Over here, another open air bar area. Have a lot of people sitting around drinking. They have a band playing up in the corner up there. Peppermint a go-go. Lots of tattoo shops in Thailand, of course. They offer it in both ways, with the gun or with a piece of bamboo, hitting it into your arm or your leg or wherever you're getting the tattoo. Coming down towards near the end, and we can see another bar complex in here. You can see that people stand inside there, and you can see this is all closed off at the moment because no one's in there. But yeah, more of those poles holding up the ceiling. Pool table if you want to play pool. Bar here, bar here, bar here, bar here. Now it just looks dark and dingy at the moment, and it is, right? But it will light up tonight, and hopefully I can show you a bit of that without being challenged too much by the locals, who seem to take offence at some people walking around with cameras, right? More poles and bars. Really dark, quiet place. Over here is a pole. You can see it's a stage area there. An area for people to sit, pole dancers. I mean, roof supports there. and people can walk up and down through that area there, right? These clothing shops appear all over the place. The funny thing is, you get some mug foreigners, right, that will spend some time with a lady and they're walking back to their accommodation, and the lady will stop by one of those shops and say, oh, I really like that dress, or I really like those shoes, or whatever, and he'll say, oh, look, I'll buy them for you. Oh, really? Oh, fantastic, right? So he buys them for her. She tells him he's the best guy that ever walked the earth. Then the next day she's walking back there and selling it back to the business, or she's selling it to a friend, or keeping it, right? But she'll do that every foreigner she goes with, right? Where she can, right? But they try that on with foreigners all the time, right? Foreigners are a bit loose with their money, and you know, girls make out like they can't afford these things, and yeah, okay, so maybe they can, maybe they can't, but I'm sure you didn't pay for the girl's company in order to take her out and spend a shitload of money on her, right? Got to watch out, right? They are experts at helping you part with your money. And why wouldn't they be, right? They've had more practice at this than the guys that are coming here looking for them, right? So got to be really careful, and you got to remind yourself that this place is specifically designed to extract money out of you. And if you think you're better than this, you'll soon get a big surprise, because no one's better than this. Even the ties get done over here. Spoken to lots of Thai people that have told me stories about they've lent friends money, or friends have stolen money from them, or friends have done the wrong thing by them in Pattaya, right, or Phuket. And my advice to them is there ain't no friends in Pattaya. It's a place for making lots of money. You come here to work, come here to make money. Once you've done that, get the hell out of the place and put it behind you and forget about it, because it's not a place that you're going to want to remind yourself of in the future, because there's a lot of heartache that goes on here as well. You know, people get broken here. They get hurt, disappointed. Now, through being negative, they also get stimulated and have a good time. But you know, as the saying goes, there is yin and yang, right? So what goes up comes down, and you'll find that's the case with a lot of foreigners. They invest a lot in here, invest a lot in a good time, and when they come down, crashing down, they come down in a big way. I'm talking about investing in property, investing in women, you know, making a future out of this place. Now, I'm not saying it can't be done. What I'm saying is it's few and far between people can actually do it. On the rare occasion, they will do it. But you talk to them and they'll shake their head and they'll tell you it's been bloody tough. Real tough. Tougher than they ever imagined. Yeah, a lot of people in the past, when I first came here 20 odd years ago, people were buying bars. You know, that was the thing. Buy a bar, retire, live the bar life. And people were sinking thousands of dollars into bars. Here, Phuket, Bangkok, for $15,000 you can buy a bar and create a whole new life for yourself. Live the life of the rich and famous in one of these places. It's not too long after that they find that they're not making money. Bar has to buy all the alcohol and all the produce and everything from a certain source or an agent. Then there are all these government officials that come along and they're putting their hand out, clipping the ticket along the way. Then of course there's staff. Managing staff is tough as it is, but managing bar girls can be an absolute nightmare. So they hire a great mama son who looks after all of that. And if she's any good, she'll be a hot item amongst the other bar owners. So you'll be paying shitloads to her to keep her. She'll keep the girls in check, make sure that you've got good quality women working in the bars. They know how to milk the customers well. Now I say that, but they're also giving the customers a good time, right? I think that there's a lot to be said about bars that you come to here that you have a really good time at, and you go home and you say to yourself, you know what, that bar owner, that mama son, that crowd in there was a lot of fun, I'm coming back. Now, they do exist, and yeah, I know a few here that I frequent, that I just love being there. They've known me for years and we've always had a good time, and I've never been burnt, and they've looked after me when I'm blind drunk, and they see me as a source of income and a long-term customer. So when you find something like that, well, that's nice. That's nice, and it does exist. There are also bar owners that are Westerners, that are straight shooters, and you can talk to, and they'll help you out and look after you and give you the right advice and that type of thing. But again, there are also more that are completely wired the other way, that just see you as an ATM. That's a constant saying around here, foreigners are ATMs. So that's Walking Street over there. I've just made a right-hand turn and I've come down here because I wanted to have a look. Have a look at this first. Wow. Oh, tractor pulling the boat there. I'm sure you came to this video to see that. So anyway, so came down from up here, and there's the bay. You can look at all the boats, all the tourist boats that you can rent. That'll take you to the islands. Up a bit further, they've got jet skis, all of the water sports you can imagine. I've taken a dive boat from out here. I've actually had a decent dive. It was pretty good. So this pier here is called Bali High Pier, and it's at the base of the Pattaya City sign, which you can see in the rear. I can see another hotel going up there. There's no shortage of hotels here. And the good thing about Pattaya, the thing I like about Pattaya, aside from the scene, right? Aside from the exciting raw scene that they have here, is that hotels are really cheap here. You get a fantastic hotel for 30 odd bucks. And it's a king size room, king size bed. It's got everything you could possibly need, and it's really comfortable, and you're in an environment where the food is fantastic. I mean, this Thai food is unbelievably good. All you need to do is watch where you spend in other locations, right? So over here, booth selling boat ticket to Naban Pier. Over here, pier to Koh Lan. Koh means island. Koh Lan, general pier, ferry pier, charter pier. So you can get your tickets to the island Koh Lan. Most of these people are coming back from that island. They're walking down the pier here. They've gotten off the boat down the end there. Koh Lan Island is a worthwhile visit. It's a nice place. I would recommend it. And there it is, looking back to the facility, the waiting facility. And you can see all the boats down there. The bigger boats, of course, are the ferries that are transiting all these passengers, and the lady holding up the sign there is obviously a tour operator, usually Chinese, Korean, that type of thing, holding up signs and gathering the tour around them just in case they lose sight of the tour. And this people waving at me, that's nice, right? People say, you know, they see you with a camera and they wave at you, hi, hi, hi. That's great, right? And I'm looking back over here and I can see signs flashing up in the distance, bar 1, etc. The Indian bars, signs flashing up around that. And as you can see, the people just keep coming because the boats are offloading. Amazing seeing all these people walking around with Christian Dior scarves and Prada handbags and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure people who can afford that stuff are coming to Pattaya. It's always amazing. Another group coming in over here. All right. You see these people buying tickets. All right, they're getting a little sticker put on their shoulder. Don't know where they're going. I've got no idea where they're going. But if I needed to know, I'd just ask someone and I'd be directed. Alright, so we're going to this facility now and we can see all the booths. We can also see the tourist police over here. There's someone being interrogated. It doesn't look good. It's always an issue. Not nice. You don't want anything to do with the Thai police in terms of getting in trouble with them. I'm talking about. If you need them, well, it's a different story. But you get pulled up by a Thai cop, the correct response is to be humble and respectful. Right? Nothing less. Nothing less. All right? Don't be a smart ass. Don't raise your voice. Don't tell him he doesn't understand what went on. None of that. Right? Humble and respectful. Most of them speak very, very good English, and they can understand exactly what's going on, and they very, very quickly assess the situation and they know who to put into cuffs. I've seen it happen a lot of times. Foreigners, you know, standing on the beach, carrying on, making a fool out of themselves, and then all of a sudden, you know, the Thai cop comes up and he fronts him and says, hey, you know, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, and where's your hotel and that type of thing. Tries to sort this person out, and the person reaches in his pocket and pulls out some money to try and pay the cop off, right? The cop turns around and says, no, and yells at him and says, come with me. And so all these stories where you just pay the cop off and he walks away, it's not quite as simple as that, right? There can be lots and lots and lots of different considerations to make before you start thinking along those lines with any law enforcement official in any foreign country for that matter. It's not simple. I knew a guy who was in Mexico and he went to pay off a cop and he reached into his pocket and he pulled out, you know, $100 US and said, there you go. And the cop looked at him and said, show me how much money you got in your wallet. And took the lot, right? So don't be too quick to just hand over money and make things go away. It's not going to work quite that simple, right? You need to really know what you're doing, and having local people tell you how to do these things is an advantage. And I would suggest that if you don't know those things, that you get your head around them before you get yourself into a lot of trouble. Hello. Chinese people, I believe.